What's going on, people? It's Mr. Dore back again with another podcast, another preview show from tomorrow's another massive game for Nottingham Forest against Brentford. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button if you can. I think I've got the likes. Yes, see, it all bloody works.
I like you, Ben.
Yeah, see this? Look. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me. You're an Apple person, so it just doesn't work.
So, people, if you enjoy that, please do hit like button. Subscribe if you know. And we've got the man himself, the Aussie guy, this Aussie dude, the man himself, David. David, how did you feel about Saturday's win against Villa?
I can confirm the score for the season is now 2. And what I mean by 2, I mean 2 noise complaints. And I'll just say to you, the guy that lives at 61 Bench Street.
Oh, yeah.
He was not happy. He was not happy when the first goal went in. What are you waking me up for? Shut up, you dickhead. And then 3 minutes later, yeah, come on. We went again.
David, when Forrest got the goals, he made a huge noise, and his next door neighbour wasn't nice to him.
Happy.
Wasn't happy.
What I liked about the performance, Ben, was it was very Novak Djokovic. What I mean by that is, for any of the tennis fans out there, when Novak Djokovic is under pressure, he plays better. And so once that goal went in, Forrest just seemed to lift a gear. And then once the goal was disallowed, they lifted a gear again. And they just found something in those last couple of minutes. It was terrific to watch. They really lifted. And so that gives me a bunch of hope. And going into this match, doing some reading.
David, did you feel, I was saying to everyone, I said on the previous review show with Des and all the Forest fans as well, that save that Martinez made, I just thought, he's made that fantastic save. It's not going to go in.
Good.
What?
Wasn't that good? He just leaned down. Come on.
It's one of the best saves I've ever witnessed. Forest fans, come on. One of the best saves.
I don't think it was that good. You just wish that it was that good.
It was good, man. People in the chat, am I lying or not? If I'm lying,
I reckon a worldly save is where you're diving outstretched and you're jumping.
Yeah, but come on, it was a great save.
Yeah, it's what do you expect from these goals? He did have a good game there, keeper, but it wasn't that good.
I can't believe this what you're saying. Let's just go in the chat. Happy Christmas, happy Christmas, Colin.
G'day, Colin.
My friend. And if you are a member to the channel, please do. And I forgot, David's got his YouTube channel as well, E2 Stamp Podcast. Please click on the link if you can. And help. He does this. What do you do, David? Tell everyone again.
I do a rugby league podcast, and I've got another one coming, Ben. I've got a strategy podcast too for people who want to live life smarter. So I got that coming. I might even get you on and a guest in that one, Ben. Just to
get me on it, man. Make sure everyone goes. Just all you do is people click on the link, subscribe, and you can hear David and his friends talk about.
Yeah, Ben, now Kizzared talk has said, we may as well call David Preview David.
We may as well.
The reason why Preview David, because I just got to pump Ben Dore up. It's like he comes on here and he says, I don't know if Forest are going to win. Brentford have got really good attacking form and they're really good. No, Ben. No. We're going to get pumped up.
Why would I want to call him Preview David? Aussie David, man. That's what he is. It's Aussie David, man. That's what he's doing. Shout out to Kieran as well. Good evening, Mr. Dore and David. Hope you are both well. I'm predicting if we win 2-1, if we draw, it'll be 1-1 as well. And as well, I'm watching Christmas.
You can't have multiple score predictions here, Ben. You got to pick one.
You need one, Eve.
One score. Come on, Eve.
Eve, just the one. Just the one.
She's predicted 2-1 because she said 2-1 first, Ben.
Okay, Eve, we'll stick with the 2-1, Eve. Let's be positive. And Kieran says, David Dore's always. I'm never negative. Why am I? I'm never negative. Am I negative? People in the chat, am I negative? I'm never negative.
You're even being negative about being negative now.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, you just clicked on. Yeah, okay, all right then. You win there, Kieran. I'll let you win that one. But yeah, isn't it amazing? Like I said, I felt that the first 16 minutes was a bit. It wasn't boring. It was just like
it was boring, Ben. I fell asleep. And then I had to wake up later and rewatch it. So you can't say it wasn't boring.
It wasn't boring, man.
I literally fell asleep during the first 50 minutes. I
Did you?
I fell asleep.
Dude.
So if ever there's proof that a game was boring, it's this one.
Okay. Did the Villa goal wake you up then?
Oh, no, I woke up before that. And then I literally woke up and was, all right, okay, here we go. And so No, it was a little pedestrian, a little bit from the feeling of the teams feeling each other out, I thought. And so, there's a reason why the players don't close down each other as quickly sometimes as you might think. Is because if Ryan Yates tries to close someone down quickly, then they can jing and get around him. So therefore, they appear a little pedestrian. So it was almost like they were waiting for the calm before the storm, or was the calm before the storm, because at the end it was just played at a frenetic pace, and Aston Villa couldn't go with Forest. And so if you take that thinking, can Forest do that to Brentford this week? And whilst they played midweek, they didn't play their strongest lineup, and they didn't play all their guys for as long. But that's what we've got to come out and do and get them at the end of the match. So that might make us think that we're going to see Elanga and Hudson-Odoi or our man Jota coming on the bench at the end to try and stretch him. That's what I think might happen.
This is from Spesh. David is always positive in his negatively. See what I mean? Thank you, Spesh. Would you stick it up for me? I don't know if you stick. Dave, I think
that's like.
See, I'm always positive. I'm just want to
backhanded compliment there, Ben.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take it. But David, when you saw the team, what did you think of it? Because I was like, do you remember what game was it? Fulham, where we had Tabo and both Chris were up front. I think to myself, what's he doing here? And I thought the same as well.
I thought that team was right.
What do you think is right wing?
Well, he was kind of more. He wasn't.
I know. I understood it. I understood it because if people didn't, some Villa played a 3 at the back, and the left back kept bombing, and Ella was struggling. I don't know who it was. It was Dominguez kept coming on the right hand side of the.
Yeah, he wasn't like a classic. He wasn't a classic right wing, but. But yeah, I've just cut the side of my leg, Ben. I've got like blood all over the floor here. So it looks like I'm like.
If there's any first aid people in the chat, please do get involved.
Yeah, exactly.
You need some help, man. Let's get for the evening, guys. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you, Rads. Daz. I'm going for a draw tomorrow. Come on, you Reds. Make sure everyone subscribes to his son, Rads. I'm loving the videos, Rads.
Rads' video was good this week, Ben.
Yes, it was. It was very good. I don't know if I was saying to him before the game. Have you seen the videos when he does top 5 players?
Yeah,
I said to him, he needs to do like a video, like it's like a minute, but he needs to look at a video of different Forest fans doing as well. I might do it as well. I might just copy what Raz does as well. If people don't know what I'm talking about, go on Raz's YouTube channel.
It's where he does the 5 blind players and he's got to rank them. He's got to put them in their positions.
I think he should do it on a match day before the game, but a separate video, if you know what I mean.
All right, so you could do literally top 5 Forest players right now, and Ben's got to rank them. So I go, all right, so you got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm like, all right, where's Murillo sit? Ben, go.
3.
Milenkovic.
Oh, you're taking a piss. 2.
Yates.
5.
Gibbs White.
Shit. 4.
Willie Bolly.
It tricks you so much. It tricks you so much because you don't know what players you're going to say.
No, I was going to say Callum Hudson-Odoi. I was going to do next.
I would have said one, Callum Hudson-Odoi, because he's one of my favourite players. And
he is very good at the moment, Callum Hudson-Odoi.
He is very good. I've got a super chat from. But Merry Christmas to Rad's dad as well. I hope you are, my friend. I've got a super chat from Special. Thank you very much for the £4.99.
Let's talk about this question here. Let's go.
Hi guys, what do you think of Brentford? Are so good at home, but not away? That's the question I want to ask you, because I don't know if people know Brentford have not lost at home. Our record at Brentford at the new ground is not great. We've not won yet, even when it was behind closed doors. But people in the chat, how are you feeling about as well? How can we go there and win? We've got a good record away from home. I've done a poll as well, people. Who's going to win? Brentford, draw, Forest. 82% says Forest. 18% says draw, but no one says Brentford. But people in the chat, what's your score predictions? I'll get David's score prediction at the end of the show.
Let's get into why Brentford are so good at home, because I've been thinking about this. I think almost like Spesh has queued this up for me. So
thank you for the £5 as well, Spesh. But yeah, answer away.
So Brentford have got the best home record of all the Premier League teams, and they're also one of the most attacking teams. And the way that they look to play, there's a really good video that the Premier League put out that explains the Brentford strategy and tactics. And so what they do is they work very hard off the ball when they receive the ball, and they play very direct, fast, central playing passes, and they like to cross it a lot. So what it means is that when they're at home, they're working pretty hard. And so when they're at home, they've got a little bit more energy from the fan support. So it just gives that extra oomph that they need to kind of running in and around. And that's why I think they're a little bit better from home. I mean, it also can be a little bit of the draw in terms of who they've played at home and away. But yeah, that's why I think they're good at home. And to be honest, I don't think Brentford are that good, Ben.
I think they are. I think they are good though. I think they are.
Why?
We got Whistler. I rate him. I remember Forest were linked with him.
Whistler's good. Yeah, the Whistler and Mbeumo seem to have some goals, but they're 11th.
The 11th. But people in the chat, do you rate, like, going to the stadium? I think Forest fans know, every time I've been there for the last two stadiums, it's not a great experience regarding the stewards wise. If you know, you know. But I feel that the team, the more people say about Frank or whatever they'll say about him, but I just feel they're a good team. They're good mid-table, can push it to past.
They know what they are, and they just try to be what they are without.
Yeah, but I think they'll be happy with. I like the way they play. Don't you like? They've got a good team. They're stable.
Would you swap their squad for our squad?
No, not right now. No.
Would you have swapped their squad for our squad last season?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably right. So what's better about our squad now than
defensive-wise? Defenders, we're so much better.
Yeah, so the defensive fragilities that we had and the emotional fragility when we'd go 1-0 up and you're like, no, we're good. Like that just doesn't seem to happen anymore. And so that's because of the consistency and structures that, and so maybe they're just smarter at playing Nuno ball, as the saying goes. But we're also, they cross the ball a lot.
Exactly. So, I think.
You cross the ball to Milenkovic. Let's just see how that works out.
Yeah, I don't think they'll play. I don't think they play that way though. That's the thing with Brentford, because I've said it before the show. Whistler, I know they haven't got Tony, but who's their front three? Got Tony. Who's the other one? People in the chat. Who's the other one? Because I think one of the strikers is a German guy. I think he's injured as well. And
they got a few injuries. They got a few injuries.
Yeah, the two centre backs injured.
They've got Damsgaard.
He's a good player.
He's a good player, but he's been injury prone. So he's playing a lot more minutes.
Yeah.
And then the guy on the left, they sometimes play that Kevin Shard guy.
Yeah, Kevin Shard, he's injured. I'm sure he's injured.
I think he might be.
Dave, you can't underestimate Brentford. They won the. Are they a bigger team? Last time
we haven't beaten Brentford since we've been back, and we've beaten Liverpool and Manchester United.
Yeah, but the last time, right? Let me ask you a question. People in the chat, let's play a game. When's the last time we beat Brentford at their place at the Old Ground as well? Do you know the answer?
I don't know the answer.
Right, people, watch out! That I put the vlog in the description. It's the third one. You don't know the answer then?
No.
At Griffin Park. Right, okay. Go on Google. People in the chat. When's the last time we have beat Brentford at their away? Not the goal. It's Griffin Park. Last time we beat at Griffin Park, we won, and the vlog's there as well in the description.
Oh, right. Do you just go nuts during the game or something, do you, Ben?
Listen, David, it was one of the best away days ever. It was a night game, and it was people watch the vlog. It was one of the best vlogs I've ever made. I was going mental with it.
How long ago was it, Ben?
That was Sabri Limucci.
Yeah, so a while. Was it
lockdown? Lockdown season when it was halfway there, and then lockdown came.
Yeah, right.
It was a great day. People in chat, come on, can you remember the game? And now, but we'll do the next question. But are you not confident? How confident are you tomorrow, David, about the game? Because
why can't we win? We're 4th and they're 11th.
It's Premier League, isn't it?
We just beat Aston Villa from 1-0 down with like 10 minutes left.
Oh, that is true.
We beat Manchester United. We've had a full week off. If you go watch the training video, other than looking dashing in their Christmas jumpers, the Forest guys seem to not be training quite as hard. It was a lighter training schedule, and also the drills that they were doing were very width based. So I have a feeling we're going to try and go around Brentford at the end. I just think it's Look, we got to be switched on. No match in the Premier League's easy. But we're
Mm.
the fourth place team in the Premier League. So
Yeah,
by
it's
those
amazing, isn't it?
by those numbers, we should be winning. Why can't we win?
Here it is. 28th of January 2022, 1-0, Jolly, great goal. Can't remember that game.
Joe Lolly, how good is Joe Lolly?
Joe Lolly. What? I cannot remember that. It was corner. It come back to Joe Lolly. He chested it, left foot. Amazing goal. It's in the vlog. People, watch up the vlog, mate. It's amazing night.
I'm actually going to go see Joe Lolly play in a couple of days.
Oh, yeah.
Because he plays for Sydney FC. So I'm going to go see Joe Lolly play.
So well done,
that'll
Glenn.
be good fun.
Well done, Glenn.
The other thing... my brain still doesn't realise that we are fourth.
It is amazing knowing it, David. We're fourth in the league. Isn't it amazing?
I was out to dinner last night, and someone said, "Nottingham Forest, who are they? I bet they're not. I bet they're coming last." No, we're fourth, mate. Oh, because obviously sometimes the Aussies are not following the Premier League as much. But it's a great time when geez, you must be having. I get random text messages. Oh, I bet you're having a great time watching the Premier League at the moment. I'm like, yeah, I certainly am. And the other thing we're going to have to do, and this is a bit of a concern for us, is that Ryan Yates would be pretty damn useful in this game, given that they like to shoot centrally so much and he needs to close them down. So I don't know if we've got an update on his injury status, Ben. You tend to be more than that.
It's him and Murillo are 75%.
Murillo looked like he was limping in that video.
It was. But I'll start him, though, if I'm honest. But you know what? The way Brentford play, will it matter if Murillo doesn't start? I've got Morata. It won't matter.
It's probably look, Murillo's a quality central defender.
People in the chat, would you rest Murillo for Morata? I know it's like all his games are differently, but as well, there's 3 players.
What are you resting him for? Depends how injured he is. If we look at the forward fixtures, we've got
Brentford.
We've got a couple of games coming up. We've got
Brentford, Tottenham,
Everton, and then Wolves, and by the 7th of January. There's a couple of important, fixtures back to back. Well. And then we, of course, have got we're working towards the FA Cup match with Luton. So,
yeah,
are you working towards playing? Is Morato's going to play against Luton?
Definitely.
Taiwo will play against Luton.
Prowse, Toffolo.
Prowse will play against Luton, and Jota and Sousa will play.
Miguel will play against Luton as well.
And maybe
Sousa
will play. And then you might have...
I don't know if you know, if it's still a rule, in the FA Cup, they're not like the top big clubs, Premier League clubs are not allowed to play a weak team. I don't know if that's still a rule or not, because there's always moaning about they're not taking FA Cup seriously. If you know,
but
we got.
I think Elliot Anderson will also play in the 10.
I'll rest him. I think
he certainly has an element of class. So one thing you do notice with Elliot, I got a couple other points in here for you, Ben. One, Elliot Anderson just gives us a level of class and finesse and skill that we don't have from any of the other players. So that has made an enormous difference. Is Anderson really, like when you go back to that question of would you swap the Forest squad, the reason you wouldn't say yes now with Brentford is Anderson and Milenkovic. They're the real two because the rest of the team is essentially like Moreno hasn't really made, like he's a competent left back, but we don't.
Would you start him, David? Would you start him tomorrow against for Nicky Williams? Because Nicky Williams, he has been playing all right.
Whoever's the left back tomorrow is going to have a bit of a job marking Mbeumo, who's their key guy.
Good player.
So whoever, both of them are going to get time. So that's one of the subs that you're going to have tomorrow, because they're going to be run ragged. So that's definitely going to happen. But yeah, the quality of Elliot Anderson, and the other one that I'm going to finally put to bed, Ben, is this rubbish about Anthony Elanga not being one of the top wingers. Hudson-Odoi and Elanga are the top wingers. I do
remember last week you did say Elanga is still a top player. And what does he do? He comes off.
Elanga is that now. Just because I'm saying he's one of the top players doesn't mean he has to start against Brentford, because we might want to get them at the end. But Elanga and Hudson-Odoi are our key guys. Like let's not get away from this. Oh yeah, he's on the bench. let's bring on Jota Silva. They're not as good. Alanga's accuracy of passing, I'm telling you, those guys are guns. Don't ever forget Anthony
Would you start him
Alanga's
tomorrow? Would you start him tomorrow?
Depends on the strategy you want to go. You might actually decide to put the wingers on with 30 minutes to go and catch them.
People in the chat, would you start Alanga after he come off bench? He did, like I said, he scored his goal and he made the assist.
Emotional goal.
It was an emotional goal. I think
emotional
he needed
for him.
He needed it, didn't it? To kick up.
He needed it. You know who else needs a goal in a similar vein? Taiwo.
Taiwo needs a goal.
Taiwo
needs a goal. He just off his bum or something. Off his bum,
just anywhere. But Taiwo's goals per minute is actually okay. He's just not getting very minutes at the moment because Chris Wood's in such good form. Against Manchester City, though.
Question as well, and people in the chat as well. Are you looking forward to the transfer window?
I think we don't really need it. It's actually probably to our disadvantage, that window. Like, if we had the option of cancelling the transfer window, we would.
People in the chat, would you cancel? The question I want to ask you there, like, people in the chat, like, would you cancel? Because, like, we argue every single time we need a striker, we need whatever at number 6, what that everyone shouts about. But people in the chat, would you want a transfer window, yes or no? Because
the problem with the transfer window. The problem with the transfer window now is, if we still need a striker, buying a striker in the, I guess you would call it the winter window, the Christmas window, because I would call it the summer window, because it's, and look at that beautiful summer that I've got outside.
Jealous.
Yeah, the purchasing of strikers is more expensive. That's why Chris Wood cost us £15 million, because we bought him in the Christmas window. So if we're going to go out and try and nab a striker, but we're probably a more attractive proposition now. Like, think about the players. Like, we're genuine shot of making the Champions League. Apparently, we're a 0% chance of winning the Premier League.
I've seen that.
But here's the thing, Ben. We're in the conversation.
That's the thing. We can get better
conversation.
But the way is, on the question, and people in the chat as well, I'm definitely going to ask David this. Like, we are in the transfer window talk. With final striker, what's his name, who's linked with Jimenez.
Jimenez.
Right. So people in the chat, this is what I want to ask David. He didn't want to come to Forest because he wanted to play Champions League football, and that's fair enough. Now, final have said he can leave. Forest have now been linked with him, and he wants to play big football. So people in the chat, would you want him, yes or no? And that's the question I'm going to ask you, David. He said no in the first place. And we can say the exact same about Alex Mourinho. But I didn't want him. But he has come to Forest, and it's been all right. Would you take him, yes or no? People in the chat, yes or no? Would you take him? David, would you take him?
Every player is good, Ben, at the right price and the right wage structure. So I'm happy to take any player above a certain skill level, obviously, if the price is right. So I just not sure that we want to break the wage structure for someone who wasn't hell-bent on coming to Nottingham Forest. But now he might be. So he might have been thinking about it before and was close before. It's like, I just wish you were a little bit better. Now we are a little bit better.
Yeah, but let's flip it though. Let's flip it. We're 4th in the league. Strikers, it's half of strikers to come in the January window as well. But can't we get a better striker than him? If you know what I mean. Because look, they'll look at league table and say, "Oh, Forest are 4th place. Maybe they can get Champions League football or European football. We never know." So we surely.
Well, just a couple of injuries to Man City or Arsenal, and I guess I'm just looking at this table. I didn't notice Bournemouth is 6th.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, we're certainly in it. Like, the European football. I guess the thing is, I like us to present Nottingham Forest as the land of opportunity. So you can come to Nottingham Forest and you can achieve something that you didn't necessarily think you were frozen out of Manchester United, or you were a star Chelsea player and you couldn't quite make it, or you're moving from Brazil and you're building your career like Murillo, or you're a Belgian keeper and you finally get to play in the Premier League, or that's what we want to be. So who's a striker that maybe is good enough for Champions League, but couldn't quite cut it with their team they were in, and if they're in it with us, then maybe they get a run. And so if Jimenez
That's a
suits
question.
that criteria, then I'd maybe go. But I tell you what, I trust the player signings of the.
That's the thing because I tried when has been so good on it, and bringing him in, he's like a Chris Wood-esque as well.
Well, that's true. So here's the other thing: we were milling around signing Sangare for a while, and we finally got him, and that didn't quite work out for us. So I don't know.
People in the chat, come on, get involved. Who would you get him? Yes or no? Yes or no? Question for you today. What is temp, David? What's temperature like?
Temperature is about, I'd say it's about 30. I was 30 degrees. It's 9 a.m. in the morning. It's pretty nice.
Bloody hell.
Go for a swim. Go for a swim later.
Oh, great. Thanks for rubbing it in. People, please do hit the like button as well. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure everyone subscribe to ET Stan's podcast as well. David's channel. He does the rugby union talk as well. All you do is click on the link and make sure you do subscribe to the channel. And people as well. I don't know if anyone knows. Nuno's it's a year in charge of Nottingham Forest now, and people in the chat. I've always said Nuno had to outdo Steve Cooper, and he has successfully. From year on, David, what's your rating on Nuno? And people in the chat,
10 out of 10.
As well. What's your chat?
10 out of 10. What Nuno's did really well, he didn't lose the benefits that Steve Cooper had created. And so there's a whole, it's not like he was inheriting a basket case. No, there's a hell of, it was, the club was in a much better position post Steve Cooper than pre Steve Cooper. And Nuno's taken the squad and really built on, a couple of players, and he really got them going. Chris Wood certainly benefited from Nuno. You'd have to say Aina is certainly better under Nuno. Murillo is better under Nuno. The goalkeeping ranks now are better under. So there's a whole bunch of people that have improved. So that is one. Two, I think he's lifted the professionalism of the club, and it's not as helter-skelter. So the transfer windows, he appears to be more direct with what he thinks we should be doing in terms of player signings. I need this type of player, go find me one. So that's obviously smarter. And then Nuno's patience with the interviews, and I think I'm sick of Nuno saying, we assess. It's like, what player injuries have you got at the moment? We're just assessing. He just never gives the opposition team any reason to hate us. It's like, we always respect the opposition. We're just looking forward to next week. It's like literally every press conference for Nuno is the same as the previous one. They're all the same.
David, did you listen to it yesterday in Nuno press conference?
Well, was there something special in yesterday's one? I thought it was the same old.
There were some stupid ones going on, and what one was? There's one said, "What do you think? What do you think is going to happen in a year's time?" I was I'm thinking about tomorrow's game.
But Nuno always answers that. That's exactly how Nuno. If you'd have asked me that question, I remember that now. That is how Nuno would answer. Where do you think you'll be in a year's time?
I don't know where these.
He should have just answered. I think we'll be 16 matches into a Premier League season, and we'll have had some up moments and some down moments. We'll have had some really good wins and disappointing losses, and we'll be sitting there thinking about what the next game is and what our goals are. Looking ahead to the.
When it comes to these reporters, they ask the same questions over and over again. I'm like, and I don't really listen to him sometimes, but when you're just not doing that,
they're trying to catch him out, aren't they? So
yeah. It's
so
just like
that is so what you do if you're the journalist training is you're just asking him the same question over and over and over and again. So and you see it with just the journal when we're for CEOs in some sort of corporate issue, they'll just keep asking him the same question and just trying to bait them, and they do it with the politics as well. And so it's not surprising that the questions are a little bit.
I thought to myself, oh my God. I just want to ask something differently. wow. Like I think the best question was like, how has it been for the first season in the Charles? It's been great. It's been great. So, but when the other questions,
Well, that's a close-ended question, Ben. So are you having a good day today, Ben? Yes or no? Or you say, hey, Ben, looks like you're having a really good time at the moment. What is making things so good for you as a Nottingham Forest fan right now? And that gives you a more open-ended question, but that allows them to take it wherever you want to go. Oh, what have you enjoyed about your year working for Forest?
I'm saying morning, mad end to the Luton Derby game. What? I know Luton was winning 1-0. Anthony, hope you're well. He's from Australia as well, David. So
legend.
Shout out to Anthony as well. He was on my channel. You know what? Anthony was on the channel on the championship days when we got promoted. Shout out to David as well. 2-1, 2 last. What's there? Come on, Luton. Well, yeah, so Luton won 2-1 then. Good result for Luton. Good result for Luton. We're gonna close up, David. But like I said, it's amazing. We are 4th place in the league and that, and then we've got all the games are going to be different. And then people
are amazing. Why not? Why wouldn't we have? I was expecting Forest to become good eventually.
No, I'm just saying, like from the start of the season, my expectations will say to stay clear from bottom 3, and it still is because Premier League is crazy, but we're 4th in the league. And can we break this top 4? That's the question. Because
after 3 games, 3 more games, 3 more games we'll have played every team once. That will be indicative of where we are. And so, are the matches that we'll have after that? Have we had an easier run of home matches or not?
Yes, I think we have. Who's been the toughest game? Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle. Then we beat Villa, and that's it. That's been the top teams.
We had the double away Manchester games.
No, talking about our home games. The games at City Ground.
Yeah, so that means we've got to go away to Newcastle. We've got to go away to Aston Villa. And is Tottenham away or is that at home?
Tottenham's at home at Boxing
Tottenham's
Day.
at home. So so we've got an easier. We've probably got an easier. Well, it doesn't. They're much the same.
That's the question. People in the chat, right? People in the chat. I don't want to push the boat because
book the Champions League tickets now, Ben. Make sure that your passport's up to date. Let's go.
Yeah, I just don't want to be clipped. And I don't know. I don't want to be deluded and say because if we win, because Arsenal don't play till it's 5:30 tomorrow, we go 3rd. If we win,
yeah, but that's always those positions are fake. We're currently 4th. We would need Arsenal to lose and for us to win.
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to get 2nd. But look, we're in and around it. So. We're pushing for one of those 6th, 7th, 5th European places.
I'll be happy with top 8. I think my mindset to stay in top 8.
We're not going to finish lower than 13th.
I'm happy with that. No, I won't be happy with that because my expectations are going to be higher a little bit now.
So all right, well let's just play this game. Would you trade? Let's play. Would you trade if you could say end of the season, Ben, we're 13th? Would you take that? No. Would you take 12th? Right now? No. Would you take 10th?
Yeah.
Jeez, you are negative, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
You are negative.
No, right. No, because
you're negative, Ben.
No, right. People in the chat, they need to understand what I'm trying to say. We are 4th in the Premier League.
Negative, Ben.
People, am I negative? I do apologize. I'm not a negative person. I'm just saying. I want to stay. I want to stay in the top 8.
I want to stay 4th.
I do. I want to stay 4th.
Let's answer Chelsea's question right there. What are the odds of Forest winning the league? Just out of curiosity, apparently, Chelsea, it's 0%.
0%,
according to a stat that was put out on one of those Instagram memes.
People, no. What is people in the chat? What is the odds before we do go? What is the odds on Forest winning the league? We could do a Leicester City.
Well, the more things you have to think about. How many times would we have to play out if we were simulating it? How many times would we have to play out the Premier League for Forest to win? Is it 100?
Yeah, I think it is. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's what's 1 in 100. That's possible, but unlikely.
This one a little bit, yeah. Second half should be easier on paper, but our style play on the nose works well away from home. Can you see us beating Liverpool? I sit going, yes. Why not? Why not?
Imagine doing the double over Liverpool.
You know what?
If we do the double over Liverpool, we'll be cheering for them to be the Premier League champions because then we'll be able to say we beat the champions twice.
Listen to me, I don't want Liverpool to win the Premier League. They do not ever.
Would you choose Chelsea or Liverpool?
Chelsea, 100%.
I'd probably choose.
I don't want Liverpool to win the league at all. If Liverpool win the league, I'll never. My brother and all my Liverpool mates were just like, I don't want Liverpool to win anything. I don't want Liverpool to win anything. We beat them.
That's why Man City winning the Premier League so good, because no one supports Man City, so therefore you never hear it from them.
TRG says I'll take 7th as well.
All right, well, can we just quickly talk through? Let's touch on the formation. So I think my take is that you play the wingers at the end. So if that's the case, you go on the Christmas tree style formation again. Maybe it's the same team that beat Aston Villa in terms of starting.
I wouldn't know.
What would you do?
I'll play with 2 wingers, if I'm honest.
So you go the 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, because I think we're 4th in the league, and if we went sorry for my coughing, people. If we went defensive against Brentford, because like I said, they're unbeaten at home. They'll just go for it. They'll go for it, and they've got players who can just come out who just do nothing at something like Wissa. I think Wissa is more of a threat than anyone else, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but we're also the 3rd best defensive team, Ben.
That is true, but we've not played Brentford yet. I think Brentford.
We haven't played Tottenham yet either, and they've got. We haven't played Tottenham yet either, and we know that they've got the most attacking player in the Premier League.
Not lost at home, David. That's the thing. But I'm not going to say I want to. I think they're going to destroy us, but I don't think like that. But
if you think they're a really attacking team, why aren't you playing a more defensive? And given they like to play the ball centrally so much, why wouldn't you stack the centre and then try and catch them at the end when they're a bit knackered? I'd go the 4-3-2-1 at the start and finish with Hudson-Odoi and Elanga on the wings and try and get them late.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like Hudson-Odoi, man. I love him when he starts. Oh, man, he's just. I know.
Yeah. If you're trying to get your best 11 players on the field, then you want to play Hudson-Odoi. Maybe you do want to start him, or he goes until the end. Yeah, he's good, Hudson-Odoi, isn't he?
I like him. That's why when you say put him on the bench, I just want him to start now.
Yeah, but he starts in the Christmas tree formation.
He did. And what happened? He scored against Liverpool. So
yeah, well, he's only got one move, but yeah, you know.
I don't know. I don't know, people.
This is the Ward-Prowse game.
Maybe.
All right. Well, if Yates is, we know with Nuno, he always BS's us with the injuries. Like we know that Yates and Nuno could be.
I think there was some garbage. There was some rumor that Yates wasn't playing tomorrow as well. Someone's just.
Well, even when Yates is on the field, he doesn't play. Sometimes
I don't know why he gets so much grief though, Dave. Why does he get so much? You know, you're the king of griefs.
You missed that joke.
What joke? What?
I said Yates, even when he's on the field, sometimes he's not playing. No, we love Yates.
You know what it is? People like this. It's the hate, the Yates hating brigade, and this is a fact. We're in 4th place, and Yates is.
Yates is in good form. Yates is in good form.
He's in good form, but
I think so. It comes down to we need Yates to be physically ready to go for this match. So it comes down to the injury. If he's a bit underdone, then he's coming off the bench at the end. So he's coming on at 30 minutes. And so to Spesh's comments, depends whether he starts Nico at fullback. I think he goes with Moreno and Ola Aina. And I think off the bench, you're planning on bringing on Nico Williams, Anthony Elanga, and Ryan Yates would be very good off the bench. I think Yates is looking a bit injured, and he's played a lot of minutes. He's run a lot.
Yeah, he's on 4 bookings. Him, Dominguez.
Well, that's the other problem with him being on 4 bookings is that you may want to keep playing him until he gets his 5th booking, and then that's the game that you needed to give him a rest anyway. Yeah. So you might want to just keep going until he gets. But if he plays for 30 minutes at the end of the match, he's just as likely to get a booking anyway. So if Yates cops that booking and Danilo's not ready, we're really skinny in the midfield then.
Yeah. But I think, like I said, when we pick Aston Villa, Yates come off and Dominguez playing that 6 role, which I don't agree. I think Dominguez is more of a number 8, and that. But we're short. Could we say we're short because can Ward-Prowse play there in that number 6 role? I don't know. It is what it is.
Ward-Prowse is very accurate passer, Ben.
He is. I like his passing, Ward-Prowse, man. But he can't get in a team, and it's not. And you can't blame Yates, Dominguez, or Anson, who plays in that role, can we?
Well, Anderson's definitely a cut above the other 3.
Yes, 100%.
Anderson's now a must pick.
I do remember I said I think I said this last week to you. I had an argument with Jamie Martin about Anderson playing this number 8 role. I said to him, he's not number 8. And I look at him, I was proved wrong, and he is a number 8, and he's playing fantastic for us. I'm just going to go. This is the team. Marino, Anderson, Yates, Hudson-Odoi. Okay, it's a good team, positive team as well.
Oh, it's a great team. I think they're more likely to finish with that team.
It'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be good.
I think you got to finish with. I think if you stack the middle, Christmas tree, and you get them at the end when they're a bit knackered, when they're running out of juice after playing an extra game than us. That's what you do.
100%.
And they've also got a few injuries in defence as well. And
they have.
Like I'd be half tempted to start. I'd be half tempted to start Taiwo.
Pinnock is injured for Brentford. He's
Pinnock's injured. Yeah, Ben, I'd be half tempted to start Taiwo and have Chris Wood on for Taiwo as the first change, because knowing that we're more likely to score at the end than the start.
Definitely.
I'd be tempted to do that. But it's back to the point around you want your top players playing as many minutes as possible. It's hard not to start Chris Wood and Callum Hudson-Odoi and Elliot Anderson. They're our top dudes.
They are. So it's good. You know what? Like I say, it's good to have a talk about what players as well, people in the chat, because we've got a good side. We have got a good team, man, and it's so good. It's so good to talk about that what players can come in, what players can come out, and it's so refreshing to hear people. But people in the chat, before we do,
I'm not sure if you're pumped up and amped up enough for this match, man.
I am pumped up. I'm just like,
come on!
I am pumped up, but I'm just like,
I don't see you pumped up in your match day vlog when it publishes tomorrow.
I'm definitely pumped up. I'm always pumped up. I'm definitely just this face. People in chat, do you think this face is pumped up? I am ready. I'm just like, we're 4th in the Premier League, and it still hasn't sunk in. It's one of them moments. Like, and the team below us. It seems like we should be beating them. Do you know what I mean? But Brentford are. But Brentford are unbeaten.
But they're only 5 points below us, so that middle of the Premier League is really congested. Actually, the Premier League really is a bell curve at the moment in terms of the teams at the top and the bottom. Goodness me, Wolves and Southampton, they just look done, don't they? Like, imagine when we used to talk about that. We'd get on here and thought, I think we're better than Ipswich. I think we're better than Southampton.
Exactly.
And I think we're going to have to compete with Everton and Leicester. Nah, get rid of that rubbish. Don't have to worry about that anymore.
Amazing, man. It's like,
hopefully Crystal Palace gets some injuries.
It's just unbelievable where we are in the league, and
it's completely believable. We've got Terminator.
Sorry, people. We are 4th, and doesn't feel like we've hit first gear yet. You know what, David? That's a spot on, because the Aston Villa game, especially Aston Villa game, it was a bit back and forth with the after. It wasn't great the first 60 minutes, but when Villa scored and a great save from Martinez, that's when we start being fantastic. And it just feels like it wasn't.
Yeah, last 30 minutes. That's what we're going to do. Get out of gear. All right, I'm going to give you my prediction, Ben. This is what's going to happen.
Well, people, get your score predictions in now.
Get your score predictions out in. This is
now.
what's going to happen. It's going to be an entertaining game. Nottingham Forest are going to name a Christmas tree style formation, because we know that Nuno watches this podcast very closely, and he takes our advice on strategy quite closely. And we're going to see Alanga, and we're going to see Nico Williams off the bench, and we're going to see Taiwo off the bench is what's going to happen. And Forest, it's going to be a topsy-turvy match. Forest might even be down by a goal at one point, but it's not going to be 3-2 to Brentford, because it's going to be 3-2 to Nottingham Forest. The other option is it could be Colin Jackson's 1-0, but it's going to be 3-2 Forest. That's what's going to happen.
I'm going for. I said in the group chat no, that's 3-1, didn't I? I said 3-1.
3-1 to Forest.
I said 3-1 Forest.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking with it. 3-1 Forest. And we'll beat Brentford's record. People in the chat, do you think I'm right? Yes or no? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Yes or no? Chelsea says 1-1 as well. Quite a lot of people says 2-2 on 1-1.
Can we now go back and once we get the comments in of everyone's predictions, then go back and look at the top and say, whoever says that you're negative. Yeah, where's Kisred Talk's prediction?
Kieran, where's everyone's?
Kieran, where's your prediction? I want to see you come in.
Where's everyone's prediction? Where's everyone's score prediction? Everyone
don't have that one yet.
Where's
all right? So Ben Dore's picking a 3-1.
I'm saying
Stefan.
Stefan says 3-1 to Forest. Thank you very much, Stefan.
How do you know it's because the away team's second?
Yeah. Yes. So that's 3-1 Forest. I would be lovely to beat Brentford in an own game. I've been 4-3. I don't know if you can remember that game. Do you know we beat him 4-3 at their ground, at their old ground?
Yeah, that's a while ago though.
That's well. Who was it? Bukalakis from Olympiacos scored the 2 wonder goals.
Oh, good. That is like a good callback. Your ability to remember these players from the championship here, I guess it's a little bit tougher when you're in the international fan because you just don't get the same highlights and access to the players.
Bukalakis, that was his only game that that's the only good game that he played for Forest. Bukalakis. And then
I can't even remember much about him, to be honest.
Oh, he played one good game and then he went back. It's weird because he come to Forest permanently, and then he played for one season, and then he went back to Olympiacos without even an official Forest saying that he come back to Olympiacos.
Never seen again.
It was one of weird signings. But yeah, Bukalakis. People in the chat, can you remember Bukalakis? Right, Dave, we get going. Thank you.
Now, pleasure to see you, Ben. Enjoy the game tomorrow. How are you getting to the game?
Say it again.
How are you getting there?
I'm going to Forest coach again. Bloody hell.
Oh, you're on the Forest coach. You love the Forest coach.
No, I bloody hate it, man. I bloody hate it. But no, it's all right, man. It's all right. But I like to walk around the ground.
You do like to do
for a couple of hours.
Oh, you always get annoyed because you turn up 10 minutes before the kickoff.
Oh, that was Man City away. That was a nightmare. But
yeah, that bugs you. You don't like that. That's true.
I don't like that. But the Man U one was there 2 hours before. Was it 2 hours? 2 hours before the game, and I loved it.
Should be driving, Ben, and jumping on the Just Park app and getting your parking spots. What you should be doing.
Hint. All
right. Well,
right.
I'll message you during the game, Ben.
We will do. Like I said, people, make sure everyone goes subscribe to ET Stand Podcast. That's David's channel as well. I'll be there as usual with Dave, Gary, and who else will be there?
Stefan will be the Manchester City Blue.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be blue. I hope it is. But you know what? We've not even played another kit yet. But blue, the Man City blue kit.
Man City blue.
It's great.
It's a terrible name for it, but everyone knows what it is.
We win games though. We've won it. That's all it matters. That's all it matters. I'll be there, people. Usual match day vlog. Doing my after game reaction as well. The review show that'll be early as well on Sunday. I'm gonna try and do it 12:30. 12:30 as well, people. So watch out for that. This is
Lil. That's how it goes, Lil, isn't it?
No comment. Libby, why you threw me on the bus there? You threw me under the bus, that Libby. Well, thanks. I'll take that.
That's very good.
I'll take that. Nice. Then we'll win. Yes, definitely will. But yeah, people, I'll be there tomorrow. After game reaction, vlog, a match review show. That'll be 12:30 on Sunday as well. But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Dave, for taking time. It's all the way in Australia, people.
All the way in Australia, and sunny Australia. Be watching
all the way in Australia, people.
Forest play Brentford at 2 a.m. Sydney time. So I'll be up watching.
You'll be up. David, I'll give you advice. No more screaming, please. And so your next door neighbours don't.
Sounds good. Nah, he's a jerk, that guy.
Quick question: if no one's watched Max Hayes' interview with Billy Davis. Go and watch that fantastic interview with Max as well. So Guy Body Reds YouTube channel. Great insight of how Billy Davis was at Forest from his first start to the end, and very good. So shout out to Max for doing that interview as well. But yeah, as well, shout out to Manny Gretton. She's got 4 defibrillators as well, and that's great news for Amanda as well. And yeah, she's doing fantastic. She's doing fantastic. So shout out to Amanda. But yeah, it's been a great show. Thank you everyone for watching me and David talk about Forest. If you agree or disagree with everything that we said, get in the comment section now. I'll see you tomorrow at Brentford. Can Forest win, get to first place if Arsenal lose, and hopefully we go Christmas. Happy Christmas to everyone as well, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace and love. Up the Forest, people.